I don't know. I feel like sometimes I listen to a lot of symphonies and I get really daunted by how could I ever write a piece that's an hour long? And I feel like it's nice to just wake up in the morning and write a 40-second piece. It's just creates exploration and joy in my life. And, it's this, I'd recommend if anyone has writer's block, as they call it, maybe try a 45-second guitar piece and see if you can get something out of yourself.
Hmm. And did you set up any kind of either, I don't know, melodic idea or a prompt or a form, or did you have anything in mind before you started, or did you just try to clear your mind and start from an empty place?
That's a great question. And I think this one I just was clear. I was exploring a tone, just trying to make the guitar sound good, which I'll do a lot of times in the morning. Just listen, get some feedback from your ears. That's a lot of how my writing will start. Is kind of and you kind of just start playing melodies, and really, yeah. I wish I had a better story, but I think this one was just kind of messing around with my fingers.
And then the title is interesting because I hear in the melody, like, don't you worry, like, don't you worry, don't you worry. I don't know if that was something that happened. Like, were you hearing that, or how did the title come?
I I love that. I wasn't, but now I kind of want to hear someone sing it. I think it was just a lot of the record was kind of had some darkness around it. I called it entropy. It just feels like we're living in a world that's falling apart sometimes, and like how do you engage with that? Neither me and you have the power to fix the whole thing, and just what emotion to engage with right now. It changes every day, and sometimes it's nice to just find a little set, maybe 45-second center of like things are going to be okay, and just live for the moment. That's kind of the idea around the title of there's a lot that can occupy our mind with climate, with all kinds of things, with election, and it's just nice to take a center. You get in the center of the storm and live for a second.
Hmm. Hmm. Um, it's so nicely structured, and it seems like in the moment of writing it, you weren't overthinking it, which is such a great place to be. But for when you have moments of thinkiness around composition, um, how would you analyze this, or how would you talk about some of the elements of it? Um,
Sure, great question. There's three things that come to mind about this one, and one is just certain, motivic development. Very easy. Starting with because I always try to overcomplicate things when I'm writing solo guitar music. Let me show how cool the chords I know are, but it's nice to start with something that just has some kind of melodic continuity. So this it's just a da 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 da. That's the whole song is you know it's very, and even the B section da 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 da. When I break it down like that, it almost sounds stupid. It's like there's very little variation, and so what I've learned is it's okay to start, especially when making instrumental guitar music, when all the pressure is to show how good I am at guitar, or how hip I am, or it's okay to have a simple, almost nursery rhyme sounding song, and then to color it in other ways to make it sound more interesting to yourself. So yeah, if I just play this, here's my song. You might want to be like, you might want to listen to something besides nursery rhymes right there. So I think it's okay to start with that, something that sounds a little boring to you, maybe, you
hmm.
know? But I do really like moving rhythmic ideas around and exploring where they can go.
Hmm.
Um, so that's one idea. And then I like playing with the idea of a 4-5-1. So many different, you've got D, E, A. So that can sound like that. You can do all kinds of reharmonizations. I'm sure you talk about that all the time in this. But a thing that I thought was kind of fun is to just melodically, like it doesn't really sound like, but it's kind of what's happening. It's 4-5-1, but just letting it ring,
Yeah.
which is I think why the second half of the tune. And oh, I didn't mention this but when I restate the melody, I do it over an E instead of an A. Just kind of playing with the idea of, oh, now we're on a five. So I think it's kind of fun to take this concept and just mess with it however however you want. It can be a lot more than that.
Hmm.